Good evening, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about the Texans. Usually I do a Rockets podcast, trying to see what the Rockets should do better, but by by popular demand, we're going to start doing some of these Texans videos. First, I want to talk about last week, and then we could talk about a couple of things that I want to change and see for the future with the Houston Texans and things that they could do better. All right, so last week was a very bad game. I'm sure that those everybody in Houston can understand that was unacceptable. It was bad on all fronts. Usually we pick a side of the ball that we're bad at that particular day. It was all facets of the game that we were horrible in. Offense, defense, we got picked apart and we made Sam Darnold look like a Hall of Famer. And deservedly so, right? He played amazing against us. That shouldn't happen again. That should not happen again. They were during the game. They made a valid point of us not pressing Justin Jefferson. Honestly, though, I think that we should have just double teamed the guy. We should have had somebody make somebody else beat us. I didn't understand why we didn't adopt that. Um, so that was very questionable. Um, Another huge thing that I want to talk about as we transition into this week's game versus the Jaguars. Last week we did it as well. The turnovers, the penalties. We lead the league in false start penalties, and I think we're top three, number three to be specific, in overall penalties. We got to do better. Laramie Tunsil starts with you, man. You are the all-pro tackle on our team, left tackle, and you are getting the majority of these false starts, getting these penalties. I mean, you may not be giving up sacks, man, but bro, we're fighting against ourselves and the opposite team every single week. So this goes to a coaching moment for D'Amico Ryans. Bro, we got to go back old school, man, and make dudes do sprints, man. Because every time that we get a flag or something like that, dudes got to do some push-ups. Dudes got to do some sprints. I mean, we either going to be the most disciplined team or we going to be the most fit team, because we honestly just need to just blow that whistle and dudes getting back to the good old sprints, man, and just running just snakes up and down the football field, because this is just unacceptable amount of penalties that we're getting. So do better, Texans. The penalties are going to kill us, man. They're going to kill us. This week we really missed Joe Mixon. Last week we missed him a lot too, but we have to do a better job of running the ball, right? We got to do a better job of getting some seasoned veterans. I also saw a lot of plays where the running back seemed like he was trying to do too much, right? If it's a broken play or if it's a play where you're not going to get a lot of yards, get the yards that you can, right? Get positive yardage, north to south running. And it's easier said than done. You want to make a play, and I commend you for that. But bouncing it outside of the tackles and trying to get to the sideline, dude, there's been multiple plays where you got blown up in the backfield and you had a 2-yard gain and it turned into a 4-yard loss. So I'm going to do better on getting some videos so I can get y'all some examples. I do have a video for y'all today, though. I want to talk about the 2-minute drill finally before I get into the player of the game and what's for the birds, right? Just to name the name of the show. So yeah, this upcoming week and the next weeks following the rest of the year, I think that we got to do a better job of managing the 2-minute drill, right? Because we left a touchdown on the board at the end of the first half, and I'm gonna show a video of what we mismanaged in the 2 minute drill. Granted, we did have a lot of penalties, which I talked about before, but I think that we could have gotten down the field faster, right? We could have utilized our timeouts better. And I just think that as a team, we're not all the way focused on. I think it was more like, and I'm taking this words from the commentary during the game, right? They were saying that they wanted that D'Amico Ryans, the head coach for the Houston Texans, said that he wanted to be the last one to have the ball going into the first half, right? I'd rather get a touchdown and let them get an opportunity to get the ball again versus us getting a field goal and we don't get a touchdown when we should have got a touchdown, right? It should have been a better throw at the end of the first half from CJ Stroud. We should have done a little bit more hurry up offense, right? And again, man, we gotta limit the penalties, man. We gotta limit the penalties because it's gonna come back to bite us in the playoffs. We're not gonna be able to beat the better teams, shooting ourselves in the foot. So, player of the game goes to Nico Collins, man. He was a beast today. Shout out to CJ Stroud because he had another game of not throwing an interception. I think that he's 13-0 touchdowns ratio to interceptions. So that's amazing, CJ. Keep doing your thing, man. But yeah, what y'all came to see is some of these videos, some of the things that I showed an example, and I'm going to try to have that here. Next week, we play the Bills, man. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a great one. Stephon Diggs, man. I definitely wanted to get into this. Stephon Diggs, man, this is a good opportunity to get a revenge game going back to your old team, man. Josh Allen had a lot to say about the team, and they got a little bit of success. Good for them tonight. But Steph Diggs, man, we're lucky to have you, man. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from you in Houston. So I know this is a contract year, and we kind of take everything with salt. This is words to the general management, right? Take everything with salt this year when it comes to Stephon Diggs, but he's doing a great job, man. He's showing leadership, and as long as he's able to have that attitude, man, I don't have a problem with Stephon being on the team. On the defensive end, man, Kamari Lassiter, man, you got to do better. Petrie, got to do better, man. Only Stingley, I got nothing to say, but yeah, secondary got to do a lot better, man. Gotta get sticky. Gotta be running around tight to the ball, man. Tight on these guys' routes, man. So, got the Bills next week, man. It's a good opportunity to let everybody know who we are and what we plan to do this year, man. Cut down on the turnovers. Peace, y'all.